Yo, Elliot. So we got a question about strength training and athletic performance training for hockey. And our friend goes on to describe his workouts and how his friends are doing workouts and everybody at the gym is doing these particular workouts that seem wrong. There's too much cardio, it doesn't seem sport specific, and he wants me to give him a 3-day program specific for hockey. Here's what I'm going to offer, and this is not just for hockey players. If you are involved in any sport, even if you're just involved in the sport of weight training, you've got to understand this, that the basis for all athletic ability or enhanced athletic ability is strength. You want to develop your strength. And developing strength as a base or a foundation is going to be the same for whatever sport you play, whatever thing you do. So it's the same exercises that are going to build that foundation. Squats, deadlifts, overhead presses, bench presses, rows, chin-ups, all the same ones. I'm not going to give you any special hockey exercises, right? Or hockey parameters. Right? You want to get stronger, use strength training parameters, use strength training exercises. But what you've got to consider are the typical muscular imbalances associated with pattern overload in the sport that you're playing. What the fuck does that mean, right? That means, I'm going to use hockey as an example, you're going to be on ice. And what you're doing on ice, I've trained hockey players, right? Imagine these are your feet. You're pushing off of your foot. That's what they do, right? They push off the middle of their foot. They push off the middle, off the middle, off the middle, off the middle. And while they're doing that, they're holding a stick. So it looks like this, right? So guess what's going to happen, right? Just watch. Go look in the mirror. Just pay attention. You're going to think I'm a genius, but it's common sense shit. Number one, depending on where you hold how you hold your stick, you're going to have a rotation to that side, right? If you hold your stick this way, this is what you're going to look like. Very slightly, it may be very subtle. It may just be the hiking up of the hip on one side and the lowering on the other. But you've got how old are you? 21, yeah, you're 21 years old? And you've been doing this for a while, you're all fucked up. So you're going to notice this, boom. You're also going to notice perhaps a hiking up of the shoulder on one side. You're going to look like this, right? This is what you're going to look like, right? Even when you're not playing hockey, you're going to look like this. You're going to be twisted and you're going to have one shoulder hiked up. Go look in the mirror. I guarantee you this is what's happening, right? You've got to take that into consideration when you're doing your deadlifts, you're doing your rows, you're doing your presses, that you don't want to further facilitate that faulty recruitment pattern, that muscle virus. You want to get rid of that. So when you are doing the base strength training program, consider that you might want to do corrective stretches away from, out of. Baseball players call this unwinding the body. Another one, I described the feet, is that your adductors are going to be really tight, the middle of your thighs, right? Right down your crotch into the middle part of your knee, the medial part of your knee. They're going to be really tight. I know this because I've seen hockey players, I've trained them, and you're always pushing off the middle of the foot, right? You're always pushing off the middle of the foot. What is that? Bang! Activating the adductor. Adductor, adductor, adductor. And you probably got really tight or tonic and inflamed or hypertrophied muscles right at the top of your butt. That's your gluteus medius, right? This is just what I typically see. So what you've got to understand is that you're going to do what you always do, or what anybody would do as a base program, but you've got to consider the muscle viruses, the pattern overload, and the faulty recruitment patterns associated with your sport, and you've got to unwind those. Don't listen to any coach. I'm going to be straight up here. Send them to Elliot Hulse. Let them argue with me. Do not listen to any coach that gives you sport-specific exercises that look like what you're doing in your sport, right? So if you got one of these coaches, strength and conditioning coaches, who are like, hey, so you play hockey, why don't we get heavier sticks and you can kind of go around with a heavy stick? Asshole. We are trying to rebalance the body in such a way that you don't have injuries so that you can increase your performance, not further facilitate the fucked upness of your body. Right? I love these strength coaches that they make you do the thing that you do all day long, repetition after repetition, repetition when you're on the court or the ice or the field, and then you come to the gym and you do it, but you do it harder. That doesn't make any sense. I don't have to tell you why that is idiotic. So that's it. That's my rant for the day. Enjoy that information, use it, think about it, be strategic about your strength training program, and unwind, undo, fix the pattern overload associated with the sport that you're playing. Good luck. Yo, Elliot.